You got me believing that I can seize the day. You got me hooked on a feeling that I can do anything if I give my heart to it.
Hello, Sharks, and welcome to Moments with Shai Will. Today we have a very special guest, Porsha Estime, creative director for AYITI Hall of Fame and also singer and songwriter. Yes,
Woo!
Thank you for being here today. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you for having me.
So tell me, what exactly is a creative director?
You know, if I have to put it in one word, I would say visionary. Someone that just has a vision.
Yes.
For example, let's say that you come up with, hey, let's do a play about cats and dogs. You got the idea, you have the story, but then how is it going to play out? So that's where a creative director would fall under.
I know, and and I already know you personally and how you are, and I can see you there. That is such your element.
Oh my God,
you are right where you're supposed to be because you're very animated and you don't hold back. You know, and that's a lot of personality.
Can I say I'm extra?
It's okay, girl. Look at her nails. You're
All
extra.
day, all day.
No, but
Twice on
that's
Sundays.
you know, that's a part of life, you know, and people would say, oh man, you're so extra. And I'm like, well, what should I be? You know, it's called personality, and personality is not something that you earn. It's not something that's given to you. It's just something that you have.
Yes, I completely agree. And I think as a creative director, that's what you actually take into consideration. Not only displaying your personality, but also taking into consideration the personalities of the people that are going to watch and how to gauge and help them maneuver the emotions that they're waiting to and they're expecting to see from you. They want the laugh. They want to feel romantic. They want the crying.
Yeah.
They want to feel. They want to connect.
Yes.
And I feel that along with the writers and now all the other pieces that come together, I believe the creative director has like the paintbrush for that.
Oh, I like that. Paintbrush.
Yes.
So what attracted you to pursue a career as a creative director?
Whew, honestly, I gotta say this one came to
Was
me.
you at the right place at the right time?
Girl, all day
It
long.
chose you. You didn't
all
choose
day
it.
long. All
Same
day long.
here. Ring, ring.
Actually, there's actually a powerful story behind me ending up being a creative director for AYITI Hall of Fame.
Nice.
So I was actually called to do backgrounds for a young girl who's international, a Haitian American girl. I listened to her music. I loved it. I actually was kind of excited, but I'm like, I don't see myself doing it. And I had a moment. I was like, you know what? I was at the rehearsal. I said, I know I'm not here for this because I already made up my mind. I'm not going to do this. You know, I'm like, what am I here for? I'm the type of person I think of, you know, everything happens for a reason. So why are
Yes.
you in this space right here, right now? And as soon as I said that, I ended up talking to this guy that was the manager's brother-in-law, and we were talking about New York because, you know, that's where I'm from. And as we were talking about it, he knew my grandfather. And my grandfather was well known in Haiti for being like a maestro, and he wrote a lot of music, and he had an orchestra. He was also in the army. He wrote a song about, there's a whole to-do. And he was telling me his father knows all these musicians. And I was like, we gotta do something about that.
Yes.
I said, you do a little video of your father talking about all the Haitian artists of Haiti and what they've done and whatever it is. And I don't know what we're gonna do, but we're gonna go in business, and I'm gonna take it to the people in the cities that I know, and we're gonna shop this around. We're gonna put this history out here in this world. And he was gung-ho. Next day I spoke to him. I even got more excited, and then kind of ghosted me. And I was just like, I know what I felt like. This was meant to be, like, you know. And next thing you know, I would say maybe about 2 weeks later, just to cut the story short, a friend of mine ends up inviting me to her event. And when I went there, I went up and said a few words, and she said, Porsha, I'm gonna call you. She calls me back, and she's like, I need you to be the spokesperson. You're a powerful woman, you speak well, and I need you to be creative director. And, well, the creative director part came while we were talking about where I saw that this can go, and the image that I saw.
So you told her your vision.
Yes.
And you know, she was definitely looking into that as well.
Yeah.
And that's amazing.
Meant to
And
be.
you know, and I tell people this all the time, always speak on what is it that you do in your life, far as your careers, especially because you never know who you can be speaking to that can change your life. And it only takes one person, because you know you and I have a connection. That's just like you and I, we met in real estate class, and then all of a sudden you're like, what do you want to do? And I'm like, I want to be a broadcast journalist, right? And then look, that's what I'm saying. So I live in that moment every time I get a chance, because it's amazing.
What I actually love about you, and just the other day when I was speaking to you, you are so precise on what you want. You're like, I want this, and it's going to be like this, it's going to have this, it's going to be this color, it's going to be at this time. And I think that's such a powerful tool. And I got to be honest with you, I'm getting there. I'm not there because I'm like a kid in the candy store. I want it all.
Yeah. And it's funny you say that, because sometimes people feel like, but you didn't take a chance. You didn't look at this place. You didn't go over here. I said, no, because I already know this is what I want. Oof. I'm like, no, I get it. In life, we all have options, and I love to have options, because I overpack anytime I go somewhere. It's only for 2 days.
The what if.
But when it comes to this career of mine that's chose me, I'm like, I see it. I'm like, yeah, that's it. That's how I want it, and that's what it's going to be, and this is how it's going to get done. I
love the second part, that chose me.
Yes, it's the truth, So what qualities do you need to be a creative director? Are there any other than having personality?
Of course, you need to learn the details of the technical things that needs to happen. But for me, it's not just personality. It's literally, you have to truly have a vision, and not a vision that just you see. You have to be able to see people in all of their diversities and understand, how can I make this, my vision, something that all other visions would love. All other people with their ways of thinking and seeing things would be attracted to this as well. While I'm being received, they're also feeling included. So I would say, you definitely have to go the technical route and get as much information
to
as you can.
To be successful. So would you say it's something that people should probably take up as a career in college to study as well?
I'll be honest with you. I think being a creative director, whether you want to stay in entertainment or not, it's such a great thing to do, to have personally for yourself in whatever you're going to do. Because even if you're like, I'm going to be a doctor, there's going to be doctor office parties, and there's going to be stuff that you're going to want to implement. You're going to have boring meetings. You could make that even creative and excited, so that it can seep into any foundational thing that you're going to do.
Yeah, I get it.
It won't hurt.
It won't hurt, and I just feel like that with anything that you want to do in your life, it's good to get the educational side of it. Yeah. And also, go out for the experience, find out who's in charge of, whatever field that you want to be in, and work with them, work underneath them, shadow them.
I love that. That's good.
You should, because you have to have the experience too, not just the knowledge, right?
Completely. Literally just sitting here when he was micing us up, and I'm like, oh, it's not even 5 minutes. I'm learning something already.
Right, exactly. That's it. That's exactly what I always say. But don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
You got me believing that I can seize the day. Got me hooked on a feeling.
When I graduated from the Honors College with my Associates in Arts degree, I had the choice to either enter into a larger university or to stay at Miami-Dade College. I don't think if I was in a larger university, it would be as easy as it was to just integrate myself into a research group as I did. So I'm very thankful for Miami-Dade College for offering me all of these opportunities that I perhaps would not have seen in a larger college.
You're watching MDC-TV.
You got me believing that I can seize the day. You got me hooked on a feeling that I can do anything if I give my heart to it.
Welcome back, Sharks. You are tuned in with Moments with Shai Will. We have been speaking to Porsha Estime, creative director for AYITI, also singer and songwriter. So tell me, when did you realize you wanted to sing or sang?
I like the second part. Like I said, when you said before, it was forced on me because my father's a pastor, and so my sister and I did not have a choice. It's sing, or we had to learn poems or learn like whole chapters of scriptures, and we do it. So I would say at the ripe age of 5, where I guess I had some type of cognition, that's where I just started singing in church. So I did not know that I could sing, though. I just knew that they made me sing. So they knew I had a voice. I didn't know.
Yeah.
I would say when I kind of figured out that I have something,
Yes.
I was mimicking. I used to mimic people all the time. Like if, I don't know, if there was a show called, maybe I'm gonna show my age, but it was called Give Me a Break. And Nell Carter, she had like a ducky voice.
Yes.
So I
I'm familiar
started
with this show.
mimicking her. And then I would notice how people would like look at me like, oh wow. I thought it was because I was doing it accurate. But then I would do it for Mariah, I would do it for Whitney songs or whatever,
Wow.
whatnot. And then that's when people were telling me, you can sing. That's when I kind of...
I can relate to that. That's
Yeah.
the same thing with me. When I was like 8 years old, my dad had got me one of those karaoke machines that had the little microphone plugged into it. And then so, of course, I heard the playback. Everybody sounds so cute and young, and then you hear me, oh, I'm like, oh, I didn't know I sound like that. You know, and I just was like, I didn't want to touch a microphone again. You know, it's scary because I was young. I was
my
8,
God,
going
the
on
power.
9. Yeah, and you know, I can relate to that when you just mentioned far as your voice and how powerful it is. And you know, the older I've gotten, people are like, oh, your voice is amazing. I love your voice. But going through those childhood memories as a young kid to a teenager, a young adult, it's like, you know. So tell me, what challenging experience have you gone through far as being a singer in this competitive industry?
I'm going to go dark. And when I do dark, I mean skin color. Because other than starting in church, I ended up being in a band. And this was in New York. This is in my Haitian community, and it was a compa band. And there was colorism going on. So I experienced big nose, dark skin.
Yes.
They go for the lighter girl. They go for the slimmer girl. I mean, don't get me wrong. I was slimmer and had a really nice shape. So that got me in the door, but then that made the men only interested in sleeping with me. And then maybe they would, you know, help me out or something. And I had a little fresh mouth, so that didn't happen for me. So it
Nothing's
made
changed.
things hard. So the only thing that I had was the fact that the people loved my voice.
Yeah.
So no matter what, they would fight for that. But then if there's a music video, they would use a light-skinned girl, and you wouldn't see my face. You wouldn't, you know, or you see a clip of me, and then you just get to see, you know, that main girl most of the time. So colorism was one of the things. And of course, like I said, with the men, sleep with me and you get your way.
Yeah.
So the talent was secondary, especially back then, you know.
Right.
And so I would say that was more my struggle. And the last one, I've always been a conscious girl. I love Bob Marley. Whatever he did to me as a child, I said, I want to do the people, and I love it. It's the closest thing to being in church to me, which is just being conscious, singing about righteousness, singing about love, and just caring about the people for real through your music and using that as a weapon.
That's right.
So that was always too heavy. So the guys always wanted me to sing something that'll make the man happy. You know, something that'll make you dance and all that stuff. And I'm cool with that. I think we need to just have free happiness for no reason.
Yes,
But
as we should.
not everybody gets on the stage for the same reasons.
No, they don't, and
they
it's a
didn't get
shame.
that.
So you know, we just gonna have to work harder.
Yeah.
Speak louder. You know, be determined, and you know, it's a struggle. I can definitely relate to that, but I'm not gonna let it, you know, make me give up of what I'm doing, because I've worked too hard and have given up so much time and effort, and you know, time is very valuable.
It is.
So I see you're doing an amazing job. I've been to a few of your shows. Keep singing. And I want to know, tell me, where do you see yourself in the next, let's say.
Well, before I answer that, I have to
Let's
thank
see.
you, because one of the greatest shows that I've done yet, I would say, I mean, there were a lot. I sang for the president of Haiti and his wife. But
Amazing.
where I could say that I felt, well, like a superstar, like this is what it feels like to make it, it was you. You afforded me that to open up for your show. And you also had a Grammy-nominated artist there. So that, I will always be grateful to you for that.
Oh, thank
I
you.
really mean that. A lot of people
Yes.
tell me you have an amazing voice and, hey, I support you, but you physically did that.
Oh,
But the future of my career, I actually just came back from a trip in DC, and I not only had a performance where I felt, ooh, I don't want to get emotional about this, but I felt a different level, a different purpose. Oh my God, I don't want to get emotional. This is crazy. How does it happen? I'm bipolar right
It's
now.
called Moments with Shai Will.
Oh, you are creating this moment. She got it.
Yes.
Okay, no, I could do this. Let me just think of the cold. I'm cold right now.
Okay.
So no, but I found purpose. I've always thought of conscious, but now I found and I understand why I am where I am, and I understand that being born into who I was born into, the environment that I'm in, it was all on purpose.
Yeah.
And it's designed, and my music is a weapon. And not a weapon just to kill, because love is a powerful weapon as well. So the future for me musically is to be able to contribute to the things, the betterment that I like to see in the world, the betterment I like to see in myself, the
Yes.
struggles that we go through,
That's right.
and to have that in my music, and to be able to share and hope that the people get it. And
They
hope
do.
that it actually moves them to something.
Yeah, just imagine, Porsha, not music not being an existing thing in this world. It would be a sad place.
Yeah.
You know, even though we do have sad moments, but music is very uplifting. Music saved my life as a teenager, you know, and it helps me get through the day.
Yeah.
And depending on how I'm feeling at that moment, I have a different genre of music that I like to listen to. So yes, it is very powerful. What you're doing out here, singing for the world, it is. It truly is. And it's just like what I do as a broadcaster. It's the same thing. So I can definitely understand, and, you know, we appreciate each other. Right?
I sure do.
I know. So that's just how it is.
So much we're matching. Like, hello.
I know. When I seen you, I was like, no way.
It was even a FaceTime. Like, what happened?
It's all good. See, soul sisters, you know?
Okay.
Yes. So, don't go anywhere, Sharks, and we'll be right back.
You got me believing that I can seize the day. You got me. You got me believing that I can seize the day. You got me hooked on a feeling that I can do anything if I give my heart to it.
I'm glad that you're still here with us, Sharks. That's right. So, let's have a little fun. It's time for self-reflection. So, I want to ask you, other than your family, especially your parents, who has made a big impact on your life that changed you in so many different ways?
Ooh, jeez. That's, Okay. So when I moved here from Florida, from New York, I moved here to Florida. There's a guy, his name was Island George. He passed away. There was something about him that I loved so much. We ended up singing for Bill Gates, and we met people on high levels just doing, like, he played the steel pan, I sang, and he taught me how to play the steel pan as well. He would treat the janitor the same way he would anybody that he met. It was the way he lived his life, and I always, like, you know, you hear people say, oh, be humble and stuff like that, but when you actually see somebody living it, whether there's light on them or not, that affected me very much. So whenever I walk into a room, I make sure I look for the people that are not seen and even look like they wish they could, and I look to see how can I give attention or anything to that, and at the same time I honor the person that is there. But I because of Mr. Jules, I do it on an even scale.
So do you think that, is it someone that you still see, or?
No, unfortunately, he passed away.
Oh, sorry.
But I had the opportunity to help him because his last days he went blind, and so he would, whenever something would come up to him, because he would write poems or not soliloquies. I forgot what he calls it, lyrics or something. I have the books at home, and he would write them down, and he refused to have somebody write it for him. So he would put his fingers there and try to keep a line and write it, and then I would come and I would try to read back what he said and write it down. because he insisted, because he was the type of guy that would not take a pen and write your phone number down if he met you. He'd make you say it 3 times, he would remember it. He'd remember your name first and last.
It's amazing.
So yeah, he was kind of a different dude.
Wow, that's great, because you know, I've met several people that's made an impact on my life too, you know, and it's what I've learned from that is someone helping you that doesn't even know you. You know, and I mean like career-wise, you know, and I feel like I need to do the same thing with someone else. You know, you help people. If you can, you help people. So it's important. That's why I wanted to ask you, because people make an impact on you, and then it just blows you away, especially when it's not your parent. You know, it's like, wow.
It's true.
It's like, I want to do this for someone. I want to make someone feel this way. So I definitely, I
love that.
I could definitely appreciate that. If you had to instill one piece of advice into a newborn baby, what advice would you give this newborn child?
And they would take it, and it would work.
And you know why I asked you that, though?
Why?
Because it's like, you know, sometimes, you know, like right now where we are in our life, and people always say, is there anything that you regret? Is there anything that you wish you can change?
I feel that,
When you're talking about a new life that's very pure, and you put it in the palm of their hand, you know, and be like, okay, here is this advice that no one is going to give you, or you might not know, and you might not get through it unless you know that you're going through this situation, you know?
Yeah.
So what advice would you give this newborn baby?
I would look into that baby, and if I knew for sure that everything I say to that child, they're going to do it, I would say, you're coming into this world, have no fear. Everything that you ever are going to need is inside of you. And if you think it's outside of you, this is going to be a hard journey. But if you know it's inside of you, just come in here fearless. Everybody will love you for it, and they'll guide you to where you have to go.
That's right.
Yeah.
I would tell this baby, don't worry about what people have to say about you, because that is a struggle that I go through. From the way I dress, the way I speak, the things that I do, and it's just like, okay, but I'm not here for you. My parents have already raised me, okay? And this is just who I am, you know? And a lot of people, they don't come out their shells because they fear of what people are going to say about them. And then they get stuck. Then they end up nowhere. You know, you have some people, they do, but guess what? They go somewhere, they're very quiet because, oh, I don't want no one to know this is what I do and this is how I'm feeling, this is what I want to say. No, don't.
I agree. I completely agree. I wish you would have been there when I was born.
But you know, that came with experiences.
Of course.
And it's like, you're never going to make everyone in your family happy.
No.
Everyone that knows you're never going to make everyone happy. So you have to live in the moment for yourself. You know, it's just like when I decided to do this full-time broadcast, and some people were like, oh, no, but no, why don't you stay in that other career? And I'm like, but I'm not happy there. That's not who I am. You know, and it's still like, see, if you were still there, it would have been like this. It would have been, I'm like, I'm fine where I'm at. You're not in my shoes, you know, and it's also taking advice from people that don't have anything going on.
And I know a lot of people that they do that. They go and become the doctor because their community is going to respect them. They want the respect, but they don't really want the doctor. They don't really want the lawyer.
No.
They want something more on the creative side because that's what's in them. So they end up getting a diploma like, okay, here, mom, here, dad, but then they're stuck in something they don't like, and they end up an alcoholic.
Picking
or
up bad
stuff.
habits.
Exactly, because now they have to numb themselves from being in a space that they don't fully want to be. The achievement is great.
Yes.
But not
where
really
they want to be.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And you know, I just want to tell you about something that I'm actually working on. It's called I Am AYITI. And the reason why that is going on, you know, it's going on in Haiti right now.
Yes.
And I can't deny, although I was born in New York, that I am of the generation of my parents, the sister land. This is what they leave for us. And one of the things my husband and I were always talking about is, you know, in America, we just make people believe that only these jobs are amazing.
Yeah.
And being the little church girl that I am, last year, I believe God was telling me, like, what's in your hand? Whatever it is that you're doing. For example, what you're doing right here is such a powerful platform for any type of change. And for someone who's a maintenance person, there's something in their hands that could be used and multiplied and could be used in a powerful way. So a movement that I'm doing called I Am AYITI is to wake up Haitian Americans that are all over the world in all levels of everything, to bring them an awareness that we the people make up the nation. Burn the land, we'll build it back.
That's right.
If we are aware that what we are, what we have, what we can do is very important, and we put together, child, we make it better than it was.
I know it's funny you say that because someone sent me a video about Haiti today. I'm gonna definitely have to show it to you. So it's like it speaks so much. It's like volume. It's amazing, and that's the thing. You have to know who you are.
Yeah.
You know how they say when you go out, people are going to treat you the way you dress, right?
True. Well, golly gee.
Yes. So sharks, you know, carry yourself, uplift yourself, right? Isn't that what you want to tell them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I usually dress so that my clothing is an armor. How do I want to feel today? My sister used to say, if you feel your worst, dress your best. It actually works because somebody will give you a compliment. You're like, okay, put a little smile on your face.
Exactly. All right. So I just want to say thank you again for being here. It was such a pleasure having you here, Porsha.
It was an honor too. And I would like to invite you to AYITI Hall of Fame next event because, like you, we celebrate people that have done amazing things in our culture, whether it's music, sports, entertainment, or whatever. And having your presence there will mean the world.
All right. We'll definitely be there. All right. Thank you again, Sharks. And I'll see you next time. Moments with Shai Will.